Hungary was right to stop the wave of migrants, said Dana Rohrabacher at the seating of the U.S. House of Representatives Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Europe. Several people defended Hungary along with the subcommittee's Republican chairman. The representative, Jeff Duncan, even asked U.S. Ambassador Colleen Bell to retract her statements made last week.
Ambassador Colleen Bell works for you, does she not?
Republican Representative Jeff Duncan asked Assistant Secretary Victoria Nuland at the House of Representatives hearing on Wednesday. After she replied yes, the Republican representative asked why Colleen Bell attacked Hungary, the valuable NATO ally of the US. Colleen Bell put several critiques into words concerning Hungary last week. She said that corruption is a grave problem and there are issues with the independence of courts as well. She denounced that, as she said, migrants are stigmatized and often regarded as enemies in Hungary.
Congressman, I'm not sure specifically what comments of hers you may be referring to. She gave a speech last week where she reaffirmed U.S. support for a Hungary that is increasingly democratic. We have had concerns about government policy with regard to attacking corruption. We've had concerns about repression of media. I think she was probably, if it's the speech
She chastised the sovereign nation's ability to secure its own borders and put fencing up if they so chose. Did she not?
Again, I would have to go back and look at precisely what she said. We have had concerns, as has the EU as a whole, about EU member states erecting fences against EU policy between each other. We have instead tried to support the policy of the EU as a whole to work together and to be in solidarity with each other in addressing the migrant crisis.
Are you going to...
Jeff Duncan later said that he doesn't agree with intervening in a sovereign country's internal affairs. He asked if U.S. diplomacy will also chastise Germany and Slovenia if they take action on the migrant crisis.
Is the U.S. policy one to interfere with sovereign nations in Europe and their ability to provide services for their own citizens and deal with the migration crisis? Is that the policy of the administration?
In her reply, Victoria Nuland said that, on the contrary, they support the EU's overall policy of working together to handle the migrant situation.
And they start
Representative Duncan finally suggested to Assistant Secretary Nuland that she read Ambassador Bell's speech and to return to the question later.
Statements, and we have a retraction on that. Now you'll back.